Hello, another mental health update here. This one's a little weird. Today at my appointment, I was telling my counselor how I just feel really stuck, with life, and I don't really feel like, I hate to say this because it's not how I mean it, but this is the only way to describe it, but I kind of feel like my life's not going anywhere right now. And not in like a wah, my life sucks, nothing's happening kind of way, but in just like a redundant, I don't know what's coming next kind of way. You kind of get that? Because, when you're in school, everything's planned out for you. So you know what's coming next, and you have something to look forward to. Like, you have something to look forward to, like this project's finally gonna be done. Or like, oh, I'm gonna graduate. That's what I'm working towards, is graduating with good grades. That'll make it all worth it. Or like, I do a lot of theater, and even though rehearsals get redundant, it's like, well, opening night's coming. Performances are awesome. And it was kind of that way for me in college too. Like, I had something that I was working towards. But now that I'm not in school, it's kind of, I'm not in school and I'm not doing any shows. So literally all I'm doing is waking up, go to work, come home. So my life is, I don't feel like my life's going anywhere in a redundant, I don't know what's coming next kind of way. Because right now I see myself staying at my job for long term, because I love my job, don't get me wrong. But I don't see myself progressing all that much with the job. And right now school's on hold till further notice. Hopefully in the fall I can go back, but I'm not even sure, what I want to do. Like, do I want to go back to the same school with the same major? Or do I want to go to, a different school and try something completely different? Do I want to take a couple years off and, get some money? Stuff like that. So it's more like, and relationships are completely out of the picture right now. Those aren't progressing anywhere. So I just don't know what I'm gonna do next, kind of thing. And I'm not asking to have my life completely figured out by 20, but I don't really have any stimulation. I'm kind of bored right now, just going to work and coming home and then doing the same thing the next day. So we talked about that in my appointment today. Just about how I just felt stuck, and that I was just kind of staying in the same spot, and it was, my life feels really mundane and really redundant right now. So we talked about some things that I could add into my schedule, or add into my daily routine even, that could keep life interesting. Like, I could take my dogs for a walk when the weather gets nicer, but take a different route every day. Or there's a gym super close to my house, so getting a membership there, and just adding some exercise, or swimming, or steam room, or Zumba or something into my daily routine. Or try to figure something out with friends or family, pick a day and be like, okay, we're all gonna do this. She suggested cooking and gardening. So there's a bunch of things that I could do that would kind of keep my life stimulated. And I'm trying. I'm gonna try. I just don't have a ton of options right now because I don't have any money, so I can't, so like the hanging out with people is kind of limited to what we do, and then the gym membership and all that is just kind of limited. So we will see. We'll see what will happen. What else? I'm trying to think. Oh, Friday night I went to my friend. I went to a friend of mine's burlesque show, and it was amazing. It was probably the best one I've been to. I've been to a bunch of them where my family and I are her #1 fans. So we go to all of them that she dances in, and this is probably the best one that I've been to. It was great. And I know a lot of you are thinking like, oh, what, burlesque? Some of you are like, what, how scandalous, and some of you are like, that's awesome. But it's really not all that scandalous. I mean, there is some, they do take their clothes off and dance, but it's not, it's different than like stripping. What I think is, I'm gonna use art because it is an art form. Stripping is solely to make you feel things physically, and a lot of times it's not much else. It's just to, you know, turn you on and get you excited, and kind of get to like live out your fantasies for that night. Where burlesque, that's kind of the goal, but the sole goal is, there's a lot more performance aspect to it. And I call stripping an art because it is, because you're performing something and you need to have skill in that art. But burlesque is like more of a performance aspect to it. Like they play characters instead of just standing up there and take their clothes off. They use props, or they incorporate some of their other talents besides just taking your clothes off, or besides just dancing. So there's more of like a performance aspect to burlesque. And what I really like about the shows that my friend produces is that there are some of them that don't have the conventional bodies that you would think would do burlesque. Like, you think someone that would have the confidence to stand up in front of people and take their clothes off would be conventionally attractive and, you know, very healthy and very fit. And some of these women and men know that, and they own it. They go up there, they're like, yeah, I might not have a flat tummy, but I'm still sexy as fuck. So yeah, that's kind of the message, is to just celebrate all the bodies of all genders and all sexualities and all however people identify, and just show that everyone's hot. You know, everyone's attractive in their own way, and it's great. So yeah, I really like the shows that she produces because they're really fun, and you know, it makes you, you know, if a mom of 3 kids that has stretch marks on her tummy and on her legs can, you know, stand up there and dance in her underwear, then I can have self-confidence just on a day-to-day basis. You know, it kind of makes you feel a little better, and kind of motivates you to, you know, have that self-confidence that you need. So yeah, I really like her shows that she produces, and I went to one of hers on Friday night, and like I said, it was fantastic. What else? You know what, I think I think that's all. Yeah, just my appointment and the burlesque show and work. But work is the same. um, so yeah, thanks for hanging out with me, guys, and listening, and I'll see you next week. Bye.